Hey my gorgeous angels, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel, and hello to any newbies that may be viewing my channel today. My name is Maddie and welcome to my channel. So this video is very out of my comfort zone and something that I never ever thought about doing on social media, on the internet, but I am working with Shein this month on their breast cancer awareness campaign with the phenomenal CoppaFeel. I will be putting loads of information in my description of this video, all to do with breast cancer, kind of how to check yourself, the steps that will happen if you have to go to an appointment, and everything along those lines. So without further ado, let's get on into the video. So, hello. You can probably tell this is a very kind of let's sit down, let's chat video. And we're going to be just covering what happens if you have to go to an appointment to get checked if you find a lump, and the process that might follow if you do have to go and get checked. So I am wearing pink today. I'm wearing my favourite brand, Shein, and they have partnered with CoppaFeel as their official charity partnership of the year, and have raised just over £24,000 for them, which is just incredible. They are the most incredible brand and they are doing so much to try and support so many people right now. So excuse the fact that I'm literally matching my bedding. But I am going to be speaking today, obviously, like I said, about breast cancer awareness and about how an appointment might go. So you probably sat there thinking, well, how do you know? Well, so last October I found a lump in my boob, and I sat there and I thought about it, and I thought, oh no, it'll just be a hormonal thing, like I'm on the pill, I'd just come off it and then gone back on it, because it was the one where you have to take it for a month, come off for a break, then carry on taking it. So I'd come off it and then started to retake it, and I thought, oh, it'll just be a hormonal thing, it'll be fine, there'll be nothing there, which was really silly of me thinking when I look back on it. And I just thought, oh, I'll be fine, like it'll go. And it didn't go. So probably about November time last year, I phoned up my doctors, and it was around the time of obviously COVID still being very much a thing, and they were not doing a lot of face-to-face appointments in my doctors. Don't know if that's different for every doctor or if it was the same, but the majority of appointments were online, either over kind of a video consultation or over the telephone. So I phoned the doctors up, they asked me a series of questions, and off the top of my head, the questions they were asking were, are you on any form of hormone treatment? Have you got any pain anywhere else or any sensitivity? What changes have you noticed and when did they change? What was the other one? There was another one that I was thinking about before making this video. Is there anyone in your family that may have experienced anything like this? So I answered the questions how I needed to, and the receptionist said, right, we would like you to come into an appointment today. So I was like, right, okay, it'll just be a precautionary thing, it's a lump, these things need to get checked. So I went to the appointment and I was sat in the waiting room thinking, what if? And you do sit there and think, what if? And I went into my appointment, and it was one of the advanced nurse practitioners that I saw. Just to mention as well, you can pick, I got the chance to pick if I wanted a male or female, which obviously because of the circumstances I wanted a female. So I went to have my appointment, and it was with one of the advanced nurse practitioners, and she was lovely. She was so nice And in a situation where I felt very, very nervous and quite stressed, she was lovely. So she did a few checks. She put my arm in different positions so she could feel it at different angles, and she did a few other tests in terms of like heart rate, blood pressure, all those things that are kind of normal things to have taken when you go to the doctors. And she sat down and she said to me, I'm going to make an urgent referral. Now, I didn't know this at this point, but if you get referred for anything in terms of like a lump or something that's abnormal and it's being tested or is being looked into for something like cancer, the referral has to be within 2 weeks as an urgent referral. So I came out of that appointment and she said, well, I want to make an urgent referral for you to be seen at a breast care clinic, because obviously I think the lump needs looking into. And at that moment, the best way to explain it was I just felt empty. I didn't know if I wanted to sit there and cry. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So I went outside and I just thought, oh, it'll be nothing. And I tried my best to think that. But even though that's what I wanted to think, that was the complete opposite to what I actually was thinking. And that is normal. That is completely normal. And it's a reaction that it's almost expected to have. So I got a phone call probably the day after from my local hospital saying, we want to make an appointment for you to come and be seen. And from the day of my first appointment with my doctor to the day of my appointment at the hospital, it was a week and a half wait. And a week and a half does not sound like a long time, but oh my god, it was the longest week and a half of my life. And I was thinking of everything. At every second of the day, I was thinking about something about it, which again, completely normal to think of. So a few days before I had this appointment, obviously a letter came in the post confirming the appointment, and a booklet came with it. And I tried to find the booklet earlier and I just can't find it anywhere. And this booklet basically had in the process of what to expect going to an appointment. And it basically gave you a bit of detailing about what might happen when you get there, what might be a follow-up appointment, what further testing you might need. So I went to my appointment and I saw a male, but obviously it was a male consultant, and then there was a female nurse in the room. And honestly, they were phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. In terms of the experience I had whilst in that clinic, the care that they gave you was amazing, and they knew how everyone would be feeling. They knew what people would be thinking, and they tried to do anything to help you, which obviously at the time and even now I appreciate so much. So I had this appointment. He basically did the same as what my doctor did, so just moved my arms in a few different positions, felt under my arm because obviously you've got your lymph nodes under your arms, and he then said to me, right, okay, what I want to do after feeling that is do a few more tests. So he booked me in for an ultrasound, and the main issue for me was on my left side, but he wanted both sides scanning because I did have a little one on this side, but it was quite a painful one, whereas the one on my left hand side was not painful at all. And again, sometimes that can be an indication, sometimes it can't. Obviously every single person is different. So I had both scanned. It was an ultrasound scan that I had, that was done by two females who were both absolutely wonderful. And I also had under my arm done on my left side, and then kind of just like round my back, kind of in line, because although the lump wasn't sensitive on this side, under my arm was, and it was quite painful. So I had a scan done, and I can't remember if they took bloods. If they didn't, they definitely considered it, but I was also being investigated for a skin abnormality as well at the same time. So they were kind of both being done, well, they were both being done at the same time. The referrals were put in at the same time. So the appointments are very similar in terms of the process. So thinking about what actually happened in terms of when I was at the hospital, so everything was checked, and then they said I needed my ultrasound. Now I thought this would all happen at the same time, and it didn't. So I had to go back home, and I got an appointment, and I think it was within 10 days of that appointment. I had my ultrasound scan. Like I said, it was done by 2 females. I had both scanned, and then in under my arms, my armpit, and obviously they can't say anything when you have your scan done, but one thing that they kept saying is you've got age on your side, and that was one of the biggest things that stopped me from getting checked to start off with, because I was 20 and I thought, that can't happen. No way can that happen at 20 years old. And they kept saying to me, yeah, you've got age on your side, although it's not a definite, that's something that you've got to keep in the back of your mind. And it was very much them trying to reassure me as much as possible, because it's an extremely daunting experience to go through. And yeah, they were just fantastic. So I had my scan done on the 23rd of December. So obviously I didn't get my results back until after Christmas, and it did delay it slightly, just because of the time of year that it was at. So due to the fact I had other things being investigated at the same time with the skin abnormality, they were waiting for like results to overlap to check with each party of what was going on, if that makes sense. So the dermatology team and the breast care clinic team were in communication with each other. So I got my results back, I think it was just after New Year, and I got my results back, and on the 15th of January, that was when it was confirmed that for me, thankfully, I am so thankful that in that instance it was nothing sinister, and I actually have something called fibrocystic breasts, and I will pop here what that actually means, because I'm not from a breast care clinic, I'm not a specialist in this. This video was purely for me to share my experiences in terms of appointments, because I know it can be daunting, and I really want to encourage people that are my age that if you feel something different, or it looks different, or it feels different, that you go and get checked. And this video, I just want you to use it as a way of raising that awareness of what an appointment looks like, basically, and what you might experience at an appointment, if you can have a female there. These were all the things that I was thinking when I was going through it, and I want this video to be used to help somebody else. So obviously, yeah, so I was told that I had fibrocystic breasts. Again, I will pop it here with what that means. But firstly, a massive thank you to Shein for supporting me in creating this video, and being a part of their campaign. They're a company that I've worked with for a long time and absolutely love working with them, and a huge thank you to them for having CoppaFeel as their charity partnership of the year. I know a lot of people within my life that have had breast cancer, and it is horrible. It's an absolutely horrible thing to have to go through, and I am every single day thankful that in my circumstances, the way that my circumstances kind of happened in the way that they did and that it wasn't anything sinister. I am just kind of going to go through really quickly something I found on the CoppaFeel website just to help. So I have got my laptop next to me just so I can read it off there. So it says, be aware of these changes when checking. So look, changes in skin texture, e.g. puckering, dimpling, swelling in your armpits or around your collarbone. Feel, lumps and thickening or a constant unusual pain in your breast or armpits. Look, nipple discharge or a sudden change in shape or size. And look, nipple inversion or changes in direction or a rash or crusting of the supple or surrounding area. So this is on CoppaFeel's website, and like I said, anything that I think will be helpful in terms of how to check, what to be looking for, I will link in my description. I'll also link a post that Shein did that was a video that CoppaFeel had produced for them to put on their page that is basically an educational video on how to check. As well as that, and I have done this myself, you can sign up for reminders on the CoppaFeel website. So as soon as you go onto it, it will come up the self-checkout. If you click onto that, it will allow you to sign up for reminders by either text on your calendar or email. So they are the 3 things that you can get a reminder on, and it has really taught me kind of how my body feels and looks. I've checked a lot more regularly than what I was doing beforehand, and got rid of that view that because I was 20 it couldn't happen. And I'm not at all suggesting that you should be checking every single day, because you're going to be overthinking everything if you're checking every single day. But maybe check once or twice a month. Check in the shower, check when you're in bed, check where you can. And yeah, if there is anyone going through anything like this and they need someone to talk to, I am here. I understand that you may not want to talk to a stranger, but if anybody needs anything and they're going through a similar kind of situation, my DMs are always open. And like I said, I will link everything in my description. And just to show you what this looks like, so there is a checkout, so it says the checkout, and it tells you what to look for, what to feel and what to notice. And their website is fantastic in terms of like resources that it has, so I will link that in my description. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it's helped in terms of the structure of appointments, but like I said, if anyone's got any questions or you're worried about going to a doctor, please feel free to message me. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will